Hello and welcome to the JR's Gaming Podcast, where we talk about the rise of Nintendo and what this great gaming franchise has in store for us in the future of gaming, and of course the country from which it was born, Japan. I'm your co-host, Mr. Roan Fern, and I'm joined with Judah, my host. Judah thought it would be a change to let me introduce the episode for a change. I'm joking, it's just me here. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I got your hopes up. It's just me. I'm sorry, it's just me. If you don't like solo episodes, then this has been a bad 2 weeks for you. But just me. Last time it was just Judah, solo episode. This time it's just me, Mr. Roan Fern. It sucks. It really does. But there's reasons for it, okay? So, Judah's been staying at a bloody hotel, which is how I imagine him saying it, with his accent, and he can't make it today. So it's just me. I didn't get in touch with anyone else. He told me to just record a solo, so I'm assuming I'm the only one that's free to record. It's probably going to be a short one again. I'm so sorry. Last time was quite short. It was like half an hour. I hate to say it. It's probably going to be half an hour this week again. But if you didn't, on the bright side, if you didn't listen to last week's episode, you can like splice them together and listen to them in one sitting, and it will be an hour's episode for you. So lucky you if you've not watched last week's episode, which was like 37 minutes. I don't know how long this one's going to be. I'm going to try to make it as long as possible. I'm also going to not ramble on about unnecessary ramblings. Anyway. What's been going on for me? Well, not much. Last week I was seeing some friends, and doing some archery. Archery's been going well lately. I've got some. There's a couple. I don't know if it's a couple. I think there's another person, in the Discord server who does archery as well. If you're listening, you know who you are. Hello. But archery is a good sport. It's very fun when you learn it. I actually watched the Olympics people, and they're way better than me. Honestly, I felt really bad after watching the Olympics because they can do stuff that I can't. Let's just say that. But yeah, not much has happened. One thing that's happened, I've got one thing really in my talk about, is that I have enrolled in a new college course. So you know me, you know how I love space, but also how I love computers. Not when they break. I get really annoyed when computers don't do as they're told. But yeah, when a computer breaks down, I think everyone gets annoyed. But just try turning it off and on again, okay? Normally works. Anyway, you know how I love my IT, how I've been doing a college course. Well, I have switched courses, but not to something too different. I've switched to games design. Yep, that's right, games design. So, in a year's time, I'll probably have that qualification as well. Games design. I can design game. I mean, it's games design. It's called games design and creative media. Which it technically is creative media. But we're going to be making some games. That's pretty much it for my talk about. Not much has happened. I was hoping we could fill this space in with Judah, but he's off he's off on a night out right now. I'm recording this Saturday evening, 8 o'clock, 7 minutes past 8 to be exact. Probably didn't need to say that, but I said it. But that's pretty much all it is in my talk about. But the good thing is we've got some interesting news stories. So I'll get into those in a minute. But it's not an episode without me complaining about the bloody weather. It's chucked it down with rain today. Just so you know, absolutely chucked it down with rain. It's been raining most of the day. But then what happened is the sun came back out, and it was actually raining and sunny at the same freaking time. I don't understand how that ever works. It's like a glitch in this. One idea I've always thought was pretty cool is us being inside like a simulation, because there are some things that happen that are like unexplainable. I mean, I don't think it's true, but the idea is very interesting. I like theories, but I like theories with some weight to them. The theories that I hate are like people who say, "Oh, the royal family are lizards," or something like that. I think that's a theory. Or I don't know. There's just some theories that just don't make any sense. Isn't it just bizarre? Oh, there was a recent one made by Pegasus. A recent video. If you don't know who Pegasus is, he made a video saying, I don't know, but it was something like the sky is a TV or something. People out there are now like conspiracy theorists are saying, well, not really conspiracy theorists, more just people on TikTok who have got their first mobile phone are saying that, oh, the sky, it's a TV screen. It's not real, because apparently the sun was like glitching out. Apparently the sun wasn't like the right shape or something. It's bollocks, like most theories are, but it's happened. So yeah. But anyway, that's my talk about. I'm sure Judissimo, not Jude the Dude. He killed him. Jude the Dude's dead. Just like how I killed off Roan Rocks. Roan Rocks. Actually, I don't think I killed him. I think he's still like wandering the streets. That's why if you see me walking around, just be aware it couldn't, not necessarily me, because it could be Roan Rocks. That was my last username. But that's the thing. I need to find him, and I need to get rid of him, because Jude already killed Jude the Dude. Judissimo is now there. It was actually Jude the Dude. He filmed this skit where this guy who was like Harry Potter looking ass or something, taped to his shirt. I don't know. I think it was. He shot him. So that was and the secret is apparently that was actually Jude the Dude who he shot. I don't know what I'm saying. It was a skit. But yeah, I've not yet killed off Roan Rocks. That was actually my second name on YouTube. My first name on YouTube was Rowan Fern. Just that, my first two names. But anyway, enough about all this. Let's hit the news stories. Hold on, let me get the document up. Why have I not got the document up? Oh, there we go. It's just minimized. Anyway, the first news story, aka story number 1, is the Nintendo Museum tickets will feature your me. Wow, okay. Let's read. And it says, when the Nintendo Museum opens up on the 2nd of October 2024, I can't speak tonight. We're sure a bunch of fans will be piling through the doors, eager to get a look at all the beautiful exhibits and play the interactive stations. Why did I say it like that? But if you're one of the lucky ones who manages to snag a ticket, there will be a delightful little surprise even before you enter the museum. Spotted by Nintendo Wire, your unique entry ticket, if you get one, will show your me on the front. That's a superb little touch, especially given that you need a Nintendo account to grab tickets to the museum. Wow, okay, so first news story is your ticket, if you get a ticket to the Nintendo Museum, will have your me on the ticket. I don't know how they're going to do this. I don't know if you like send them a picture. No, it says here that you need a Nintendo account to get tickets. That's kind of weird, because like you don't need like an account with, say, Alton Towers to get a ticket to there, but you need a Nintendo account to get tickets for the Nintendo Museum. That's pretty interesting. So yeah, that's how they get your me, because I think your profile picture always on Nintendo, was it My Nintendo or something? It always has your me in the top right or something like that. So I'm assuming that's how they're going to get it. And this is really cool, you know. I would never want to, you know, sometimes after I go somewhere, I just throw the tickets away. But if something has my me on it, like if it has my me on it, but I'm keeping that forever. Like I'll put that on my wall, not like framed. I'll like stick it with like blue tack or something. But imagine framing your ticket to the Nintendo Museum. It could be done. It could be done if you're a psychopath. But I just this is very. I feel like in Nintendo, they're always like the first to do things. A lot of things. Like who's ever thought, you know what? Let's put like a picture that resembles you. Let's make custom tickets because tickets like normally just look all the same. The only difference in everyone's tickets normally to everything else is on the ticket you'll have like it will say your name, full name, how much you paid, date of birth, something. That's the only thing that changes when you get a ticket. But these tickets have your me on the front, so every ticket is like unique. And I think that's why I don't think anyone's ever done that. Probably have. I don't know. There's that many places out there. There's someone's probably already tried to do something like that. But the fact that it's Nintendo, I've always loved the Mii's. That's what that's why I was so mad when I thought Switch Sports didn't have your Mii's. I thought you could only play as like the Fortnite-looking characters, but you can actually use your Mii. That was a while ago that we discussed that. That was like probably 2022. I sounded like a baby, so had to be. But sorry guys, I've had 2 monsters today. 0 sugar ones, by the way. I'm on my last one right now, my second one. 0 sugar ones. They're the Monster Energy Ultras. I think there's a meme in the community now that I drink Monster Energy Ultra. But it has 0 sugar. I can't drink the sugary ones. They're too sugary. But this is still sweet. I don't know why I'm talking about Monster when I'm supposed to be talking about the Nintendo Museum, but I just wanted to mention that Ultra is the way to go. Like, no other monster except the Mango Loco ones. They're really nice too. But I don't think any other monster tops it. Let me know. Write in. Tell me your favourite drink. Any drink. It doesn't have to be Monster. One thing I think people pretend to like is Red Bull. Because I've tried Red Bull before and it just tastes like that generic energy drink taste. There's probably other flavours, but like the original Red Bull, where it's like Red Bull gives you wings. No, it just tastes like shit. For me, my opinion. Sorry if you like Red Bull. Sorry, Red Bull fans. Sorry. If you like Red Bull, drink it. But I can't drink it. It tastes like really bad. I tried it once before. I didn't like it. Monster. I'm on Team Monster. Let me know. Type in the comments if you're on the video. Hashtag Team Monster or hashtag Team Red Bull. Go for it. Oh goodness. But yeah. The Nintendo Museum will feature your Mii on the ticket. Very, very nice. Very nice first story to ease our way into the news. Anyway, let's move on to story number 2. And now this is a talking point, which is very unfortunate because when I get the news, I didn't know. Like, I get the news thinking that it'll be me and Judah. So I didn't get this. I got this news earlier today in the morning, thinking, oh yeah, this will be a good talking point for me and Judah to talk about. But it's just me. So I don't know what I'm really going to be able to do with this, but I'll try and do something. Anyway, talking point: would $499 be too much for the Switch 2? We'll read the little 3 paragraphs here. Hold on. Before I take a swig of my Monster. Sorry, after I take a swig from my Monster, never mind. Let's read it. We know that the Switch 2 is real. We know an announcement is coming this fiscal year. We know Switch successor is the most accurate description of it. All the other big details, what form it will take, how big it will be, whether it will finally give us that bloody Wind Waker port, are all up to speculation and analysis for the time being. Goodness me. Don't throw words at me like that when when it's too late for that. Take perhaps one of the biggest questions of them all. How much will the Switch 2 cost? In the absence of an official announcement, we still have no idea, but that hasn't stopped certain analysts from throwing out predictions, and it won't stop us from looking to the past to try and determine the future. Earlier this year, it was Dr. Serkan Toto, CEO of game industry consultancy firm Kantan Games, who gave the nice round $400 prediction in a chat with GamesIndustry.biz, but that number appears to be on the rise. Just this week, analyst Hideki Yasuda, Judah, let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Of that, normally, okay, let me just pause. Normally, when a name like that comes up, I say, Judah, read that, because he knows, he knows all about Japan. Well, most of it. He's like knows, how to pronounce the names and stuff. So, but yeah. That guy of Toyo Securities published a report suggesting that the next console would retail at $499 or around £385 or less, putting the Switch 2 in a substantially higher price bracket than its predecessor. Interesting. So we've got a nice little talking point here that I'm going to have to try and talk to myself about, but let's do it. So let's go through the document. Or the article. So, first of all, would $499 be too much for the Switch 2? Well, that question is a question that doesn't really have a round answer, because it honestly depends what the Switch 2 even is going to be. Like, if they finally upgrade the hardware, which I'm sure they're going to do, otherwise it will basically, like we've said, it will just basically be another Switch in the Switch library of consoles. So I'm sure the hardware will be better. If that is the case, if it's on par with like PS5, then absolutely that's a fair price. If not, if it's like, because apparently like the hardware is behind like the PS4. Or like the Xbox One. And I'm saying, like, if that's the case, if it's on par with the current gen of consoles, it should be £385. I mean, that's like kind of low. If the hardware is on par with those current gen consoles, because someone told me, I think it was Elijah actually told me, the Switch hardware as it is like behind, or at least on par with PS4 and Xbox One, even the OLED. And I think the OLED is, I don't know if there's any difference in the hardware. Shall I look it up? I tend to look a lot of stuff up in the solo episodes. Is the OLED any more powerful than Switch? Is it any more powerful? There isn't any difference between the standard Switch and the Switch OLED. Both models use the same NVIDIA system on a chip processor, which runs at the same speed, has the same graphical capabilities, and has the same amount of RAM, 4 GB. So there is actually no difference in whatever you may have been told. There is no difference between the hardware of the Switch OLED and the normal regular Switch, which is surprising to me. The only difference, I guess, is the display and the enlarged kickstand, which should have been a feature in the first place. I mean, come on. Like, I don't know if we can get a picture of the original kickstand, but that thing's pathetic. Like, the original kickstand on the original Switch. Absolutely pathetic. It's just this little thing that you pull out. Bearing in mind, it's torture to get out for people who bite their nails. Like, when I bite, my nails are a bit better now, but I used to, like, bite my nails. And like when I first got a Switch, I like couldn't get the freaking kickstand out. I had to use like a toothpick to like pick it out. Again, I guess that's my punishment for biting my nails when I was younger. But bro, it was crazy. Like you couldn't get that thing out. But I noticed with the OLED, it's a bit easier to get out, even if you've got no nails. But that doesn't really matter. But anyway, so yeah, I guess the only difference in the two is the OLED screen, new display, which is pretty good, and the kickstand and the wider, larger screen. There's a few differences, but not in the hardware, which is surprising. I mean, I think like a lot of people are under the I thought like a lot of people thought that the OLED was more powerful, but it's not. It's crazy. But they're saying, there's a rumor we read earlier that the Switch 2 will have an LED screen as opposed to an OLED, which says to me they're going to make the Switch 2 with an LED screen and then make the Switch 2 OLED, which is like with an OLED screen, and it's a slightly bigger screen. And we also added I said this before, but we also added a toilet on the side, an ejectable toilet that you can press a button and have a shit while playing. No, that's not gonna. I mean, I bet that's gonna come out one day. Last week we had a news story about a guy connecting 444 consoles to one TV. So who knows what's gonna happen? If it's fan made or if it's by Nintendo, someone out there is gonna make a toilet that you can attach to your Nintendo Switch. So, you know, when you're going down the M1 in the backseat of a car and you need the toilet, you don't have to pull into welcome break or any kind of social services. Just press the button on the side of the Switch. Never going to happen. It also comes with a lot of issues as well. You know, how big is it going to be when it comes out? If it's just inside the Switch, you know, it's probably going to fit nobody. Extremely unhygienic. There's like a lot of issues with it, but I actually someone sent not to our podcast. It was like was it Blue Peter? Is that what it was called? Back in the day, apparently someone sent this kid sent a drawing to Blue Peter. It was like design the car of the future, and this kid, this 9-year-old boy, drew this car. And the only innovation was that you could have a shit while driving. And he put shit goes down pipe, which becomes fuel. Right? And you know, that's just, again, it comes with so many issues. You're always going to have to pull off the motorway if you need a number 2 or a number 1. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Anyway, that's what this podcast is about. Would $499 be too much for the Switch 2? If they upgrade the hardware, no. But if they don't, then absolutely it would be. But if they don't, then it's not really a Switch successor. It's just another Nintendo Switch. They have to upgrade the hardware. And like we've said in the past, we don't know what they're really going to do to improve the Switch. Beyond what they've already done. I mean, they've really outdone themselves, and now it's like, and I'm interested to see, because it used to be either a home console or a DS, the portable console. Now they've made both. Are they ever going to like start making just portable and just home consoles? But if they do that, people will be like, "Well, just get a Switch, dude." So like, because that's got both. But the Switch is it's a home console and it's a handheld. Despite what people say, the debate that I had with Eli Turp, is the Switch a handheld or is it a home console? It's both. It's not. Okay, I'm not going to get into that again. But that's always going to be a meme. And Arceus is still shit. Just saying. Pokemon Arceus, still bad. If you haven't seen the Arceus debate, if you're new here, what are you doing? Go and watch the Arceus debate. One of the best events we've ever done. Probably the best. Alongside Nintendo Music Wars. But anyway, shameless plug, sorry. Yeah, that's what I think about that. Anyway, the third and final story of the day is official Pokemon micro SD cards are here, including huge 1TB Snorlax card. You know I had to put this story in. Anyway, it says SanDisk, one of the world's leading SD card manufacturers and our top choice when it comes to storage solutions for the Nintendo Switch, has today announced a new line of official Pokemon micro SD cards. Expanding upon its officially licensed Nintendo range, SanDisk's new lineup includes 3 new designs in total: a 256GB Pikachu card, a 512GB Gengar card, and a huge 1TB Snorlax card that it will eradicate your Switch's storage woes for good. Bro, that would be so good. The amount of storage your Switch comes with at first is barely enough to get like 5 games, depending on, like, you know, 5 good games. But a 1 terabyte Snorlax card? You would never have to worry about anything, dude. It says these cards are compatible with all models of Nintendo Switch, and indeed any other devices you may own. Wow! Any other devices you may own. So you can use this for 3DS? Bro, I'm getting it. Imagine having 1 terabyte of storage on your 3DS. And it says if you'd like to get your hands on one for yourself or as a gift for a fellow Switch owner, you can do so below. Dude, if I can use this, it says Nintendo Switch on the card. That's what makes me. That's my only thing stopping me from getting one of these and putting it in my 3DS. And the fact that I'd have to mod the whole shit again. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, never mind. Scratch that. But still, I would get one of these for the Switch. Absolutely. But imagine having 1 terabyte of storage for your Switch. How many games could you put on that? It's crazy. These look really good. The only thing is, you're never going to see them unless you take it out just to have a look at it. It's definitely a good idea. They pulled it off well as well. But you're never going to see them if they're in your Switch. Maybe if they made a Switch that's like see-through, and you can like see all. They tried that with the Game Boy Advanced, and it looked really ugly, I think. But it looks really bad. I don't think they pulled it off very well. Plus, these are like... Have you ever seen like a micro SD card? Are you even going to be able to properly see the design? Because these aren't big. They're like a fingernail. Literally. I'm not even exaggerating. They're literally like a small fingernail in size. Isn't that crazy how one of those can just hold a terabyte of storage? And I like how they use Snorlax for the biggest one. That's clever. And I like that. But yeah, there's a Pikachu one. 250 gigabyte, 256 gigabytes. Still enough storage to get, you know, the games that you need. It's got Pikachu like with his ears down and his eyes closed. He looks kind of sad, but he also looks like he's relaxing. Then we've got Gengar with the 512 gigabytes. He just looks bloody evil. And then we've got Snorlax smiling with his mouth wide open. With 1 terabyte, it looks and they're all the colours of the Pokémon as well, which I like. The Pikachu one's yellow, Gengar purple, Snorlax light blue. But the Snorlax one is £130. No, 127 pounds 99 pence or $129.99, so $130. I guess you get what you pay for, though. I mean, 1 terabyte of storage is going to sort you out for like the whole like future of your stuff. So, you know, getting all your games and stuff. So, yeah, I understand the price tag, but I don't think I'll be getting one anytime soon. They've also done other designs apparently as well, like they've done Mario ones with like stars on them, like Toad, not Toad, like a mushroom, like the mushroom, super mushroom. I didn't know that, but these look pretty cool. But it's just a shame that you're not going to see them very often because they're inside your Switch, unless you keep taking it in and out. But that's just no, like no. So the only time you're really going to see it is the first time you ever get it and unbox it. But I like it. I do like it still. Anyway, those are the news stories. Half an hour in. I'm so sorry. But we will go to an ad break now. With me, I think it's going to be that, explaining how we read your questions and comments every single week. Okay, let's go to that now. Yeah, ad break time. Sorry to interrupt the episode. I'm Roan Fern, the co-host of this podcast. If you're a regular listener to our podcast, you would know that me and Judah love to hear from our community. Every single week, we read out your comments and questions on the podcast. One viewer wrote in telling us how they found their wife directly through the popular 3DS game, Pokémon X. Bloody hell, you don't hear that every day. You can become that viewer by writing into our podcast email, jrsgaming135@gmail.com. That is jrsgaming135@gmail.com. I know all of you hate ads, so on with the show. And we are back from the ad break. Lovely ad, loved it. There we go. Yeah, I couldn't say that last time because I wasn't even here. Judah did it for me, thank you. But we've got 3 comments, all about Judah, which is I dug up some comments, guys. I actually did log into the Giles Gaming email but there wasn't any questions. I don't know where they were. I checked the spam folder. I checked everything. There wasn't any. So I don't know where they've gone. I don't know if we've deleted them. I don't know, but I don't know if we've deleted the ones in the past that we've already answered. But there wasn't any there. So yeah. Anyway, Total Ginger says, Judah forever fucking up the intro. Laughing face. Yeah, I think that's also become a meme. Judah messing up the intro every single episode. It's funny. It's so funny, honestly. But yeah, he messed up the intro. It's very funny. It's basically a staple of the podcast now. And yeah, Luke Truck on YouTube as well says, no. Next time you'll get it, Judah. Sad face. Spoiler alert, he didn't get it that time. That was on the episode before the comment I just read out by Total Ginger. That was on the episode before. And I kind of messed it up today as well, but I tried my best. I don't know if I did or not. I can't remember. The intro is harder than it looks. The intro, the way it's laid out, it's really easy to forget and, just stumble over your words. So, don't blame Judah for messing it up, because I almost did as well today. I was really paying attention to the script. Anyway, final comment of the day is from Judah himself, and he says, not the Kendall mint cake again. Skull emoji. Yeah, if you don't know what Kendall mint cake is, good. Don't get it. Or if you do get it, eat it in very small doses, because what happened was, Judah, the guy that he is, bought a whole packet of Kendall mint cake, which is basically pure sugar, basically hardened sugar, condensed sugar, and he ate the whole packet, pretty much, I think. And he had a stream that night that he had to cancel because of it. But yeah, don't eat Kendall mint cake, or if you do, eat one square. It's really sweet. Honestly, the way it sounds, I don't think I would like it. It sounds so sickly and sweet and rich. And let's actually look up, what is Kendall mint cake? It just looks like, it looks really bad. It looks very bad. And plus, on top of that, he had 2 cups of coffee as well, or 3. And he said, and fair play to him, he didn't just, while he was high on Kendall mint cake, he didn't just go and have another coffee. His sister bought him a cup of coffee in his room, unbeknownst that he was basically dying. But he had 2 or 3 cups of coffee and a whole bag of Kendall mint cake. It was bloody insane. He said he was started to hallucinate. I'm wondering if someone in the Kendall mint cake factory put drugs in it just to have a laugh, because it should not do that to you. But I guess he just had a sugar rush. It literally just looks like hardened sugar. It says Kendall mint cake is a sugar-based confection flavored with peppermint. It originates from Kendall, in Cumbria, England. It's popular amongst climbers to give them energy. It just sounds disgusting. It's hardened sugar, man. Hardened sugar. Basically, sugar, 99.9% sugar, and the last little percentage is a hint of peppermint. No, it's probably 99% and then 1% peppermint. But definitely mostly sugar. Yeah. But anyway, it's been a similar amount of time to Judah's solo episode. So, like I said, lucky you if you're watching this and you haven't watched Judah's last week. Go and watch it, and you'll get an hour of content instead of half an hour. Sucks if you've already listened to last week's, but I'm so sorry. It'll be back to normal next week, I think, unless something happens. But I'm sure. And Judah did say, I'm sure Roan will be back next week, and I'm back. But he's not, so he technically did not lie. I am back. But yeah, it's a solo. So 2 solos, I'm so sorry. But at least it's been me and you. At least it's not been the same person twice in a row. A lot of people like the solos, I think. I think we've had some people saying they like the solos. Good for you. because I guess when one of these rolls round, you're like jumping up and down for joy. Half an hour, let's go. But the solo episodes can be funny, but it's better with like two people at least. But yeah, it's been a really good episode. I think it's the best one we've ever done. I'm joking. Please send in your questions and comments to jrsgaming135@gmail.com. Please subscribe or follow us on whatever platform you are listening from, and leave us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts, as this will help us out greatly and get the podcast around. Socials, our socials, not just socials, ours. Our Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, or X, thanks to Elon Musk, and website and Discord, all be down there in the description. But yeah, until then, it's a goodbye from me, and a goodbye from only me. And you know what's coming next, guys. It's Christmas in 123 days. That's actually insane. It's going so quick. It's almost less than 100. That's honestly insane. I can remember saying Happy New Year, but yeah. And it's 123. That's funny. 123 days till Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Goodbye.